As a recent NQT, you realise that you very suddenly have responsibility for all of the children in your class, and it's up to you to teach them the best you can and help them to make as good progress as they can make. But I also think you've got to realise your limitations, that as a teacher we can always do more, we can always do better, but you have to find a place to stop.
You can't do everything, and be realistic. Just do what you can do. If you're bogged down with things, if you're getting tired, just say no, enough is enough, go away, do something else, and then come back to it when your mind's fresh.
I think it's very important to have outside activities from school, because when you go outside you need to be able to become more rounded as a person and as a teacher, and you need to be able to grow and be able to get away from school.
Very important to have a healthy diet. It's very easy when you get home from work at 6 or 7 o'clock to just get something out of the freezer and stick it in the microwave. It may not always be the healthiest option. You really need to try and cook some things from fresh, even if it's only 3 or 4 times a week.
In schools we're always encouraging children to have healthy snacks at playtime, so take the opportunity to lead by example, have an apple or something yourself. Same at lunchtime, you need to have something to keep you going through the afternoon because your energy levels are bound to dip.
And I think as long as you make sure that you're getting enough exercise and you're eating the right sort of meals, making sure you have breakfast, lunch and then a dinner as well, and a snack if you need it, making sure that you're not feeling hungry and you're feeling healthier in yourself, then you're going to be able to deliver a better lesson. As an NQT it's very important to know your limits, because it's your first year of teaching properly as your own class. You've got a lot of extra workload, a lot of extra stress piled on you, and it's important to be able to know when enough is enough.
If they are unwell, not to struggle onto school, because eventually you'll end up having more time off than maybe just having a day off. Listen to your colleagues as well. If they notice something about you, make sure you act upon it.
Nobody's going to thank you for being a martyr, dragging yourself into school if you're full of bugs, because nobody else will want them. So if you're not well, just admit it and just take that time, listen to your body, take that time out and just relax and get yourself ready for the next day.
It's quite important to set yourself some targets and some goals. Perhaps one night a week to leave school exactly on time, say 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock if you normally leave later than that.
Maybe think about when you work best as well. If you're a morning person, possibly getting up a little bit earlier on the morning, getting things done and out of the way is a good thing to do. If you're an evening person, have a good day and then come back to whatever you're doing later on in the day.
I learned quickly that I needed to have a cut-off point, so that might involve staying a little bit later at school and then doing a little less in the evening, so that I wasn't taking work home straight from school, straight home again, and then working straight through the night. I was able to have a cut-off point and stop myself from just doing more work than I needed to do.
It's important also for an NQT to speak to people. They're not on their own. The biggest support you can get is from your colleagues, and the most advice is from your colleagues as well.
Probably the best person to go to initially would be your mentor. He or she understands, they've been there themselves, they've probably mentored other NQTs who've maybe found different strategies to combat stress.
As long as you use the support of your mentor and the team you've got around you, you make sure that you're not doing too much at home, you're not doing too much at school, and you have a good work-life balance, then there's no reason why you should get too stressed.